There's something I want to talk about today that a lot of collectors feel, but don't always say it out loud. Embarrassment. Not about the toys themselves, but about admitting that we collect them. If you've ever hesitated before telling someone about your collection, or if you've ever downplayed it, laughed it off, or changed the subject, you're not alone. And there's nothing wrong with you for feeling that way. For a long time, toys have been labeled as something we're supposed to grow out of. And somewhere along the way, we were taught that growing up means letting go. That certain interests have an age limit, that once you reach a certain age, your interests need to look more adult to be taken seriously. So when someone asks, "What do you do for fun?" and the answer is collecting action figures, statues, or toys, you then hesitate. Do I say it? Do I explain myself? Or do I brace for the joke? A lot of collectors learned early on that their passion might be misunderstood. Comments like, "Isn't that for kids?" or "You still play with toys?" They may seem harmless, but over time they add up. They teach us to shrink something that brings us joy. Another reason embarrassment shows up is because collecting is personal. For many of us, toys aren't just objects. They're tied to memories, comfort, a connection to a version of ourselves that felt safe, curious, and alive. And when something matters that much, it can feel vulnerable to share it. There's also this pressure to justify collecting, to explain the value, the rarity, the resale price, the logic behind it, as if joy alone is not enough of a reason. Sometimes, embarrassment doesn't come from others. It can come from within ourselves. From moments where we wonder if we've gone too far, if we've spent too much, if the line between passion and impulse has gotten blurry. That self-awareness can feel uncomfortable, but it's also a sign of growth. Being reflecting doesn't mean you should feel ashamed. It means you care enough to check in within yourself. And I want to say this clearly. Being an adult doesn't mean you stopped caring about the things that made you happy. It means you get to choose what stays. And loving toys doesn't make you immature. It makes you human. A person who connects with stories, design, craftsmanship, memories. A person who allows themselves to feel joy in a world that sometimes discourages it. If you're a collector who keeps it private, then that's okay. If you're open about it, that's okay too. As long as that's not all you talk about whenever you're around other people. There's no right way to be a collector. What matters is intention. Collecting because it genuinely adds value to your life. Collecting with awareness. Collecting without harming yourself financially or emotionally. And most importantly, connecting without shame. You don't owe anyone explanation for things that make you happy. You don't need to justify your shelves. You don't need to turn your hobby into something impressive. Just make sure it's healthy for you. If collecting brings you peace, if it inspires you, and if it reminds you to slow down in a world that's always rushing, then it already has value. There are more collectors out there quietly navigating the same emotions, learning to balance joy, responsibility, and self-acceptance. And maybe, little by little, we can make collecting feel like something we don't have to hide. Stay tuned for next episode as I talk about learning to collect without shame. These are all based from my own experiences and also observations from other great collectors I've met from this journey. Thanks for watching, everyone. That's all for now, and always remember, collect responsibly.